Hi chaps, SimOP here from Beard, Biceps and Batchat. Today I am bringing you some gameplay in my Tier 9 Czechoslovakian Skoda T50 on Thiepval Ridge. Now this is quite a good game. I know I've just posted up a video of me in the Czech Tier 10. This tank is very similar in a lot of ways. Nice quick tank, fairly tall silhouette, decent view range, and a very nasty auto loader. So this tank is absolutely perfect on this map. If you've seen me play this map before, you know there's a couple of things that I like to do with a medium like this, just to take advantage of the view range, the auto loader, and just to be as effective as possible. So I have a position here up on this hill on E8, E9. Now what this position allows me to do is to get fields of fire when the red team go down the AB line. You're also able to put fire across the trench work on any scouts and TDs that are lingering around over there, as well as if the enemy push successfully and push down the JK line, you're able to get shots into the red team flanking shots as they push onto you. So we've spotted this AMX-12T, first shot, taking the engine out, there's the second, is on fire. 2 shots, 1 kill, that's not too bad. So the difference between this Tier 9 Skoda T50 and the Tier 10 Czechoslovakian tank is the top speed. Top speed is it's about 50 kilometers per hour. You can attain that fairly quickly, but it's quite difficult to get above it as it's its top speed, whereas the Tier 10 can go quite a bit faster, sort of 55, 60 kilometers per hour without really breaking a sweat. And the extra mobility, although not massively needed, is very useful to relocate. The reload, again, very similar to the Skoda T10, 21 seconds, whereas the Skoda Tier 10 is 22 seconds for 4 shells. And this only carries 3 shells in its clip compared to the 4 shells that the TVPT 50/51 has. So your burst damage potential is about 800-900 compared to the 1280 that the Tier 10 tank gets. So you're unlikely to clip someone out fully, very unlikely. Even someone at half health on Tier 10s and even some Tier 9s. So I found playing this tank, your best way is to look to take advantage of 1 shot into the tracks, 1 into the body, and your final shot into the tracks. That way, while you're reloading, you're still getting EXP from tracking assisted, spotted damage, and you're still being useful for the team. So currently, the setup of both teams is what you would call fairly normal. We've got a good defensive line down the 4 line with the red team pushing. Oh, ammo rack, that's a nice shot for the second kill. What's a little bit unusual on the red team's deployment is they're pushing across the open ground towards us on the hill. Normally what you'll see is they'll push right down the AB line and only turn in towards the hill down the 9-0 line and look to utilise the cover there just to get hold down, just because this hill is such a major vantage point. As you can see here, you can absolutely dominate this entire landscape anywhere from the D line up. As you can see, we've got 3 kills fairly easily without having to do too much at this point. So this is the point where we need to take stock. Do I provide support and fire and help my my boys out, my chaps out, putting shots into this Pershing? There's one which he bounces, there's the second, hits the tracks, doesn't bounce it, third one, there we go, there's the 4th kill. So as I was saying, do we stay here and carry on providing support and fire to the left hand side on the T10 in front of me, or do I look to be aggressive and start pushing? Now, because this is a target rich area, I don't need to advance or change my position to be effective. Obviously targets are dropping off on the left hand side due to view range, but we're still able to get shots into this T10. Now he's playing fairly well, he's keeping himself hold down, so I'm just waiting to get a shot onto the pike nose that's facing me. There we do, get it for the 5th kill. So I was just waiting, so while the pike nose is facing me side on, whichever side is closest to me is no longer a strong point of the armour. It actually becomes a weak point. Not quite as weak as a lower glacis, but something I'm able to go through without loading my heat rounds and just use normal APCR rounds. So it's at this point I'm still being fairly cautious. We've got a good lead. I'm aware I've got 5 kills. So what I don't want to do is end up pushing very aggressively, getting caught in the open and getting destroyed. Like most of the Czech line, the armour on this tank is really weak. Pretty much anything is going to go through you. If you get caught in the open and people decide to lash HE at you, you're going to die very quickly. So I'm just waiting just to see if the rest of the enemy team gets spotted, if I can get a bit more information before I make my decision how I want to advance and how I want to progress my game and hopefully get the Topgun. We've got the Batchat just in front of me to the left hand side. He's peeking over, getting spots onto the trench line, so I'm fairly certain there won't be too much around there, or else it would already be spotted. He's made his move fairly aggressively, so I feel pretty comfortable that it's okay to push. I'm not going to die, I'm not going to get caught out. There's enough view range zones, or sort of layered up view range zones, where I can advance probably to at least D5, D6, where I shouldn't get hit. And there's still plenty of terrain around that I can use to my advantage to get hull down and hopefully just take out tanks and unleash my clip before I get smashed. So we put one shot in, we get spotted, there's the second, and try and get the third for the Topgun. No, he just sneaks behind. I get caught out in the open by the tier 8 Czech tank. I'll be honest, I did not play that tier 8 Czech tank. I free EXP'd right past it after the tier 7 grind, and hearing about the tier 8, I just couldn't face it. So I used all my free EXP that I had saved up, so went straight past it, straight to the tier 9, which I knew was an absolutely monstrous tank from Chalky Boy, who had played it quite a lot. So I was very excited to not play that tank. Empty the clip into him. There's the Topgun. And we've got plenty of room just to push. We're pretty much at mopping up time here. This E2 gets a shot into me, but I can use this riverbed as cover, just protect my reload for 10 seconds. And this reload on this tank is absolutely insane. 21 seconds and you've got a full clip in. Like the Skoda TVP T50/51, the intra-clip reload on this tank is very quick. Aim time's not great, and the accuracy isn't fantastic, but it's workable at medium distances. At longer distance becomes a bit more problematic, but it's not the end of the world. Now the rest of this game is spent pretty much just chasing damage, trying to get that 7th kill. I know they've still got at least the RT2 TDs. I know where the TDs are. The RT is probably lurking around AB 1-2. So I've got to decide how can I get more damage from this game. Ideally, with it being quite a good game, I was very conscious of leaving damage on the table. So I aim in here, hoping for the 7th kill. Someone beats me to it. We think we'll get this guy. There's one shot. Nope, someone gets that kill from me as well, just as I was aiming at his turret to put my 3rd shell into him. The last thing we've got to hope for is to see if we can get a shot on the RT. It is unlikely we'll take him out with one shell, but we decide to have a go. There it is, 310. It's going to take 20 seconds before we can get him. This guy's just going to circle him, put a shell into him, and take him out before I get a chance to get my 7th kill. There it is. Mop up, 6 kills, 19 penetrating hits, 6 assisted ribbons, and we have 9 module damage ribbons. So a really good game that I hope highlights how good the tier 9 and yesterday's replay shows how good the tier 10 Czech tanks are, that they're worth the grind to the tier 7 and the tier 8. We've managed just shy of 6k physical damage. We've got the Topgun, the high caliber. I hope you're enjoying the content, guys. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you next time, chaps.